Hi all, my name is Marta Ceccato and I'm the founder of Sapiens Media Coaching. I help entrepreneurs create a solid marketing strategy and an easy to implement marketing plan. Today I would like to talk to you about bounce rate. Bounce rate is the percentage of people leaving your site after only visiting one page. The way it's measured is usually through Google Analytics. It's a free tool from Google. It can be easily implemented on your site with the help of developer, or if you got Monster Insight plugin, you can simply copy and paste the Google Analytics ID and the plugin will just do the job for you. When we speak about bounce rate ranges, I will say that an average bounce rate is between 40 to 60%. Anything over 70% is really bad and needs to be looked into. There are different reasons why the bounce rate could be high, and I will go through a few of them, and I will help you to identify a few things that can be done to really improve the bounce rate. So the main reason I would say is the message doesn't resonate with your audience. So in which case they will land on your site and will leave because it's not something they are interested in. So there are two things. Either the content of your site needs to be reviewed, and so that is in line with your target audience, or the other way around. You might need to review your ideal customer avatar and refine it, and just source, look at where you can find your ideal customer avatar and drive them to your site. If you're running ads, I would say that the majority of the times the issue is due to the fact that the ads is not in line with your site. So for example, if you're using different colors, different imageries, different fonts, the user might feel like it's not the same experience. It might feel like that the ad is just redirecting them to something different, and they may just abandon as soon as they land on the site. So really make sure that whenever you create your ads, they are in line with your branding. They are in line with, try to pick the same images if you can, and trying to really create a seamless experience from the ad to the site. There could be some broken links. That's another reason why users might just land on the page and then they don't go anywhere, because they might be clicking on buttons, and the buttons, if the link is broken, they're not going anywhere else. They might be struggling to find things on your site, so the navigation might not be clear. They might not be able to find the call to action. They might not be able to identify where the contact form is, where the blog pages are. So really make sure that everything is clear and everything is linked properly, and it's easy to navigate from one page to the other, but also back from one page to the other. The content of your site may be low value. Again, I really encourage you to spend time on your content, because it tells a lot about your brand, about your services, and about your product. And the only way to keep your users on your site is to share with them things that are of interest to them and that they can benefit from. So put really some effort in creating your content, and also make sure that, especially if you've got a blog site or you've got a lot of articles, they are linked to each other. So I would say plan your content and make sure that, if you got topics that are related, you just link the articles to each other. So when a user is done with one article, can easily navigate to the next one. And when you do that, again, make sure that these topics, they are aligned, and they are, don't go and talk about DIY and then link that to a cooking recipe, because obviously that will not work. And another issue could be that there is too little content on your page. So as soon as the user lands, just read a couple of lines and leaves. So really make sure you balance the quantity of the content on the landing page and also on the other pages. And one last thing I would say is the page loading time. There is a study that shows that users are not willing to spend more than 3 seconds waiting for a page to load. So it's really important that you optimize your site, not just for web, but also for mobile, and you ensure that the site loading speed is fast. There is a tool from Google Analytics, there is a tool from Google, it's free, and it allows you, it's just a page you can type in your URL and allows you to check your site load speed, and it tells you as well what things could be done to improve the speed. Sometimes it's easy things like reducing the size of your images, and they can easily be done through a WordPress plugin, or you can reduce the size of the images and then reload them into your site. Or there are other things that are a bit more complex, and you might need to outsource them to a developer. But you can easily pull out the list from this analysis that Google does for you, and hand that over to a developer and ask him or her to look into it and really ensure that the site speed is as close as possible to 3 seconds or less. So yeah, as I said, bounce rate is really important. Tells you a lot of things about your site and the user experience. And there's one of the metrics you should look at improving if to really keep the users on your site, keep them interesting, and then driving them to the conversion and to the sales. That's all for today. Thanks a lot. Bye bye.